Hi, this is Angela Rasmussen again from the University of Utah Department of Electrical and Computer Engineering. We're going to do another example for a parallel RLC. And so in this again, we're going to find the circuit in the final state. So, and in this one, we want to find VC of T, so the voltage across the capacitor this time. So in this final state, we redraw the circuit, leave out the switches, leave out the capacitor, leave out the inductance, and then we're going to put them in after you've determined what position they're in. So as I suppose I redrew this, then it would look like this. And on this, the switch is going to be in the final state, so it looks like the switch is closed. So it will be in this position, and then our inductor and capacitor are located here. And hopefully you can see that that is indeed in a parallel configuration. So parallel will be what we will want for this. The next step from this is that we need to find RTH to find alpha and omega naught to determine how the characteristic is going to be between the initial and the final state. So for RTH, we again use this final circuit. And on this, I can see that this top is the same node as the bottom. And so I'm going to put the top node as A and the bottom node as B. So this would be my A and my B. With independent sources, I'm going to set them equal to 0. So in this case, the 0 for the current is going to look like an open, and then for the voltage it looks like a short. So it will go to a short for that voltage source and then an open here for the current source. And then my pathways, I look like I have one pathway this direction and one pathway this direction, so those two pathways will be in parallel to each other. And then the 6 and the 3 are in series, so they will add. So I will have 9 in parallel with 2. And so RTH will end up being 1 over 9 plus 1 over 2. And that gives me a value of, let's see, oh, I don't have the actual value of that. So from that, then we take alpha. And so alpha is going to be 1 over 2 RTHC. And so in this case, whatever the RTH value ends up being, and the C value was 0.5 milli. So that's 10 to the minus 3. And this ends up giving a value for alpha of 611.1 nepers per second. Omega naught is 1 over the square root of LC, and L is 6 millihenries, and C was 10 milli. And so omega naught ends up being 577.35 radians per second. And so we can see here that alpha is going to be less than omega naught, omega naught, sorry, said that the wrong way. Omega naught is less than alpha, or we can write it as alpha is greater than omega naught. And so that puts us at overdamped. So for overdamped, I'm going to go back to the equation set for overdamped and grab the parallel for overdamped. So in this one, I need S1 and S2, which are going to be the characteristic roots. So let me grab the equations for those. And so S1. S1 I'm going to find as minus 411. And S's are in meters per second. And S2 is going to be minus 811. Again, meters per second. And now we need A1 and A2. And we're going to need VL0, initial value for voltage, initial value for current, and then the final value for current. So we're going to copy this three times, or redraw it 3 times. And for the first one, we're going to find at before the switch. So again, we want to find initial time is right after the switch. So whatever voltage or current is after the switch. But first we'll need to find before the switch to determine that initial value. So our initial is always at t equals 0 plus. But in order to find that, we need to find that 0 minus for VC and IL. So to do that, we're going to again redraw the circuits without the switch and without the capacitor. And so I'm just going to remove those for now. And then for this one, that is the 0 minus, the switch, 0 minus, so the switch is still open. And this has been sitting here a long time, and this is plus to minus, and then this is going to be a wire. It was not specified which direction IL is, so I can put IL. What I need to note is which direction it is so that when I draw the 0 plus, I just draw the current in the same direction. So that will be going down, and then my voltage also just needs to stay the same polarity as it is in T minus, T0 minus. So I'm just redrawing that circuit as is, and then we need to determine the values for the current source and the voltage source. So if I put 0 here, or ground there, I know that that node will be 0. And I can find, I note that IL, there's not going to be any current flowing here, so IL is also going to be the current going through the 6 ohms. So doing node voltage, which you all know that I love, so minus 6, and then I'm going to just call this some variable Vx, and so this will be Vx over 3 plus Vx over 6 equals 0. And so combining these for Vx, I get 1/3 plus 1/6 equals 6. And then I can change this to 6. And so Vx is 3 over 6. And then I can multiply by 6 over 3. So this becomes 12 volts. So knowing that that's 12 volts, IL is going to be Vx over 6, so 12 over 6, which gives me 2 amps. So this will be my current source value of 2 amps. And this was in parallel with the short, so that's going to be 0 volts. So there's 0 volts there. And now I need to determine VL and IL. And so this circuit's a little easier in that, well, VL is in parallel with that 0 volts, so that's 0. And then the current source is setting the IL, so that's going to be 2 amps. So those are my initial values for VL and IL. And now I want to know for infinity or the final. And in the final stage, I have a closed switch here. This is again in this direction, and then I'm stating IL is going to need to stay the same direction that I first label it. So whatever you start with in the initial state, keep it in that same direction. So if ground is here, this is again 0 volts up here, and I need to determine the current in each of these branches. So I'll need to know this current and this current. With that being 0 volts, this is the same analysis as before. So this Vx will stay the same. And I can do that here by saying, well, that's 0 volts on the right side of 6 ohms. So my equation set is -6 plus Vx over 3 plus Vx over 6. And that's the same exact equation we just solved. So Vx is 12 volts. Make sure that's right. Yeah, 12 volts. So we already know that the current going through the 6 ohms is 12 divided by 6. So this is we already know that that direction is 2 amps going in there. So now we need to know the current in this branch, and that current is going to be 0 minus a -12 over 2 for a +6 amps. So my current summation here is going to be a -2 going in, IL going out. This is 0, so 0. And then a 6 amp also going out. So I have this equation, and I have IL then is going to be a -6 plus 2, so a -4 amps will be my final value for this. From here, I need to find A1 and A2. And so A1 is going to be, well, we found VL is 0, so that means that this term will be 0 and this term will be 0. And then we can find A1 by the -S2, which was a minus and then a -811. And then IL of 0 is, or was, let's see, IL of 0 is 2 amps. So 2 minus a -4 all over S1, which is -411 minus a -811. And that gives me a value of A1 for 12.15 amps. And A2 will be a -411, 2 minus a -4, all over a -811 minus a -411, to give me a value of -6.15 amps. And now we can plug in for IL of T. And so we have 12.15 e to the -411t plus or minus 6.15 e to the -811t, and then minus 4 amps. And again, we can do U of t times U of t, or we can say for t greater than or equal to 0. So from here, we need to now take the derivative, because we wanted to find VC of t. And we notice that VC of t is VL of t, And VL of t we know is L DIL dt. So if we take the derivative of this, then we can just multiply it by L, and then we can find VC of t. So L was 6 times 10 to the minus 3, and then the derivative of this is going to be a minus 411 times 12.15 e to the minus 411t, and then a minus 811 times a minus 6.15 e to the minus 811t. And again, the u of t just stays there, or we can take, or say t greater than or equal to 0 is when this is valid. So multiplying these out, we actually end up with the same constant. So it's 29.95. And then we can have e to the minus 811t minus e to the minus 411t. And then u of t, or the t greater than or equal to 0. And then this will be in volts. So this is our final value for VC of t. All right, thanks for watching.